Barrow is not only an exciting place, it's probably one of the few places in the world that you can say is unique. You've got everything from the warm, furry cuddlies like the Euros and the rock wallabies and the possums and the bandicoots and the hare wallabies and the bettongs, down to little native mice, through to things like bats, and then you've got a whole range of reptiles, snakes, lizards, turtles. You've even got a frog species there. And then there's some 50 or 60 different sorts of birds either live or visit the island regularly. So it's quite a naturalist paradise in terms of what Australia used to be like before it was disrupted by the invasion of us modern Australians. You see the different bands and the different grades, and then you look at that far cliff face and you're looking at 100 million years of history in one single cliff face. A most fantastic thing to have, and especially when you're trying to explain to people the value of Barrow Island, because you can bring people here and here it is visible. They can actually touch the fossils, they can see the things that lived so long ago.
My name's David Murray and I'm a senior lecturer at Murdoch University. The project was about installing a technology called LoRaWAN at Barrow Island for the goal of biodiversity and conservation. So Barrow Island is an island off the coast of Western Australia. It's immensely important because it's a Class A nature reserve. The reason it's so important is because it contains a variety of biodiverse animals that are unique to that island. So it's very, very important to preserve the animals that are there. So lots of remote areas like and around Barrow Island and remote areas in Australia in general don't have cellular service. Western Australia is a very, very large place and it's not very dense in a lot of areas. So we have to have technologies that we can deploy in areas where there is no cellular service. And this is ideally a good spot for LoRaWAN technologies to fit in. So LoRaWAN is a long-range, low-power wireless communications standard. It's unlicensed, which is a little bit like Wi-Fi in terms of anybody can deploy and deliver this technology. It doesn't require contracts or service fees, but it's very, very long distance and very, very long range. So this project started by us deploying a number of LoRaWAN gateways here at Murdoch University. We deployed them on rooftops around here. After we did that, we ran a series of tests. So we monitored air quality throughout the campus in both the built-up areas as well as the natural environment areas. We developed some unique technology to be able to transmit images over LoRaWAN, and we were basically testing the technology out for use on Barrow Island. So the most unique attribute of LoRaWAN is that it's very, very long distance and very, very low power. So where with a regular Wi-Fi access point, you might get 100 meters of distance, and with 3G, 4G, 5G technologies, you might be getting 1 kilometer or 2 of range. With LoRaWAN and line of sight, you can get 20 kilometers of distance. And what this means is that we can monitor the environment in remote areas without having to send people out. So this is good because we do less damage to the environment, it is safer, and it just saves a lot of time for people to go out and visit and take recordings from sites. So I think in the future, LoRaWAN could be used in a wide variety of environmental monitoring contexts. So I think it'd be really interesting to look at potentially picking up on bushfires in remote areas, as well as monitoring really remote areas that have no pre-existing access to any communications. With Barrow Island, we've started off with environmental weed monitoring. So the idea is that we are able to use distributed weather sensors across the island to detect weather conditions that would be ideal for germinating weeds. And then the idea is that once we've been able to detect where weeds are being germinated, we can then go and remove those. Ideally, we would love to measure more than just weeds. We would love to measure some of the unique animals that exist on the land and to be able to track and monitor and provide better conservation through technology.
To me, the most important aspect of Barrow, and what makes it unique, is that for 45 years, we've produced oil out of Barrow Island, over 300 million barrels. In that time, there's been 80,000 people have worked on or visited Barrow Island. And in that time, 80,000 people have learned with management you can have conservation and development. You can have the two things successfully.